Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has called on traditional rulers in the state to intervene and safeguard the people of the state from miscreants seeking to destabilize the peace and progress achieved under his administration. Governor Adeleke made the appeal during a meeting with the Council of Obas chaired by the Ooni of Ife Obadeyeye Togunwusi Ojaja II at the Osun State Government Secretariat. Governor's Office correspondent Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
Traditional institutions and the Osun State government, Governor Ademola Adeleke held a parley with the Osun State Council of Traditional Rulers led by the Ooni of Ife, Obadeyeye Ojaja II, and the deliberation centers on pressing state matters. Governor Adeleke, who was flanked by his deputy, Prince Kola Adewusi, Secretary to the State Government, Alhaji Teslim Igbalai, the State Head of Service, Elder Anyole Yaino, and other members of the State Executive Council, expressed his delight to engage with the Royal Fathers, just as he emphasized the importance of regular updates on state matters to the Council. He noted that the state had recently averted a significant threat to its democratic space, attributing these to statesmanship and divine intervention. Addressing concerns about the vandalization of the newly renovated primary healthcare centers in the state, the governor reminded the traditional rulers of their responsibility to safeguarding the facilities within their communities, urging them to monitor the centers to prevent further occurrences and to encourage pregnant women and nursing mothers to utilize the quality healthcare services being provided, noting that all services at the PHCs are free.
I equally enjoy our traditional rulers to encourage our people, most especially pregnant women and nursing mothers, to obtain quality healthcare for better health outcome. Primary healthcare centers is one of the strategies to achieve the agenda of this our administration on health.
Governor Adeleke also took the opportunity of the parley to clarify the recent controversies surrounding local government leadership in the state, stating that he was not responsible for the removal of the previous council chairman, as a federal high court had annulled the election that brought them into power in October 2022, prior to his assumption of office in November 2022. He said the court found the election process flawed, declaring it null and void, and emphasized that the judgment had not overturned by any higher court. The governor, who further explained that following the court's decision, the State Electoral Commission initiated processes to fill the vacancies, adhering to legal and constitutional provisions, and despite challenges, including attempts by certain elements to disrupt the process, the local government elections were successfully conducted last month. Governor Adeleke assured that his administration would continue to uphold the rule of law and seek legal avenues to address any dispute, avoiding violence and ensuring democratic norms are respected.
The latest judgment of the Apex Court affirmed that there is no legal ground for the yes or no chairman to continue to illegally occupy the secretariats. Our Royal Fathers, you have all the facts before you. There is no reinstatement order, as you can see. The Supreme Court judgment in the case of Rivers State validated the judgment of the Federal High Court, which sacked those elected in Osun State in violation of the Electoral Act. I appeal to our Royal Fathers to further educate their subjects on the facts of the controversy. We should not allow fake news and destroy our dear state.
In his remarks, the Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II commended Governor Adeleke for his commitment to good governance and welfare of the people. He expressed appreciation over the governor's partnership with the Council of Osbc and pledged the traditional rulers full support for the administration's effort to promote peace, development and well-being of the citizens. The meeting concluded with an agreement to strengthen collaboration between the government and the traditional institutions to foster community development, uphold democratic principles and enhance quality of life for us residents of Osun State.
That report by Oluwatobiloba Odunuga was presented by Babatunde Fanaopo. In the meantime, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has been lauded for providing an enabling environment for investors, creating employment and boosting the economy of the state. The Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of GEM Giant Limited, Dr. Babatope Agbeyo, gave the commendation during the signing of the mining agreement with the people of Faforiji Town. Sonya Onarinde has more on the story.
Amid fanfare and pageantry, sons and daughters of Faforiji in Atakuma Sais local government area of Osun State converged on the palace of Alamuye of Amuye, Faforiji, to witness the historical endorsement of agreement between Gem Giant Limited and the people of Faforiji, signaling the commencement of mining exploration in the area. Speaking of the project, the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Gem Giant Limited, Dr. Babatope Agbeyo, lauded Governor Ademola Adeleke for providing enabling environment for investors in creating employment for the citizenry in boosting the economy of the state. Dr. Agbeyo, who noted that Gem Giant Limited is not unmindful of the magnanimity of Governor Ademola Adeleke and the support of the people of Faforiji, reassured the residents that the company is committed towards social responsibility that will make life more meaningful for the people in the area by facilitating infrastructural developments such as motorized boreholes, solar system, road rehabilitation, construction of schools and market stores, among others, as well as empowerment initiatives for the residents, while maintaining that Gem Giant Limited is pretty much conscious of the significance of farming being the economic mainstay of the residents. He noted that the company will ensure that its mining exploration does not in any way undermine farming activities in the area, stressing that mining exploration remains a veritable source of alternative means of internally generated revenue for the state. In his remark, Alamuye of Amuye Faforiji, Oba Adebayo Faforiji, said it is a glorious day for the people of Faforiji that an indigene of the town is facilitating a developmental project aimed at transforming the lives of the people. Oba Faforiji noted that it is imperative for the people of Faforiji to join hands and ensure the success of the project.
We are now welcoming Gem Giant, a company that is owned by a son of the soil, born and bred and raised in Faforiji, who has volunteered to go around our place and find out whether we have commercial quantity of mineral resources. And we are praying to God that after signing the agreement today and giving him the approval to go into those areas, that we will definitely find good that will benefit his company and benefit our community as well.
High point of the occasion was the endorsement of the mining agreement by the parties comprising Oba Adebayo Faforiji, selected prominent traditional chiefs on behalf of the people of Faforiji, the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Gem Giant Limited, Dr. Babatope Agbeyo. The copies of the signed agreements conducted by the company's legal consultant were presented to the parties. Oba Faforiji, supported by sons and daughters of Faforiji, later performed the turning of sword at the company's side in Faforiji town. Sonya Ononide, reporting for Osbc News.
In another development, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has described former President Olusegun Obasanjo as a visionary leader, a steadfast advocate of democracy, and a symbol of hope and dignity for the common man in Africa and beyond. Governor Adeleke stated this at the launch of 2 books written by the former president as part of the activities marking his 88th birthday held in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Governor's Office correspondent Oluwatobiloba Odunaga has the details.
Pressing the gathering at the former President Olusegun Obasanjo's book launch, including Lest We Forget, Slavery, Slave Trade, Emancipation and Reparation, and Nigeria Past and the Future, as part of the activities marking his 80th birthday ceremony. At the Center for Human Security and Dialogue, Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta, Ogun State Capital, Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke described Chief Obasanjo as a true statesman whose unwavering dedication to Nigerians' progress has remained a guiding light for both present and future generations. He praised the former presidency's relentless advocacy for democracy, economic growth, and the empowerment of the common man. Governor Adeleke further noted that Chief Obasanjo's contributions transcend national boundaries, emphasizing his role in shaping Africa's leadership landscape, while acknowledging the historical significance of Lest We Forget, stating that the book serves as a powerful reminder of the struggles of the past and the lessons necessary for a more just and equitable society. Speaking on the second book, also written by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Nigeria, Past and the Future, Governor Adeleke commended Chief Obasanjo's deep reflections on the country's political trajectory, governance challenges, and prospects. He lauded the former president's intellectual rigor, describing him as a leader whose wealth of experience continues to shape national discourse and inspire policymakers.
Important of us to have what they call integrity. When you say you want to do something, you need to do it. And that's that, Baba. When everybody was saying that I dance too much, I sing too much, I dance too much. Baba will call me, my son, I declare you as my dancing partner. And Baba encouraged me, and he said, don't listen to anybody. As long as you are dancing and you are performing, I'm okay with it.
In his response, former President Olusegun Obasanjo expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support and participation of the dignitaries at the event. He emphasized the importance of documenting history, noting that the 2 books were born out of a deep desire to educate future generations on the legacies of Nigerians past and the pathway to a better future.
A lot has been said, a lot has been done, and all that remains is for me to thank God Almighty that made this day possible as a day that He has made, and that we should rejoice and be glad in it.
The event, which was attended by prominent figures from politics, academia and traditional institutions, highlighted Chief Obasanjo's enduring commitment to nation building and historical preservation. Among the notable figures present were former governors Dr. Peter Obi of Anambra State, Prince Olagunsoye Oyinlola of Osun State, and Senator Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State. Also in attendance were the Speaker, Osun State of Assembly, Honorable Adewale Egbedun, renowned philanthropist Mama Esther Ajayi, Dati Baba Ahmed, esteemed academics, traditional rulers, and other distinguished personalities who gathered to celebrate Obasanjo's life, legacy, and literary contributions. It has been Oluwatobiloba Odunaga reporting.
President Bola Tinubu has assured all 774 fellows under the newly launched National Health Fellows Program of automatic employment after their 1-year tenure. President Tinubu gave the assurance during the program's launch at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. The President's announcement followed a call by the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Patti, for federal, state, and local government to integrate the fellows into the workforce to advance universal health coverage in Nigeria. He hailed the fellows as pioneers of a new era in primary health care, as Professor Patti highlighted their crucial role in supporting the federal government's plan to expand primary health centers by 2027. The wife of the President, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has admonished the Senate to remain a mature institution that must be treated with respect. Senator Tinubu's remarks come amid allegations of sexual harassment against the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and abuse of power by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Speaking to newsmen ahead of International Women's Day, the First Lady dismissed concerns over the Senate's handling of issues, insisting that the lawmakers are doing what is needful. Senator Tinubu said the chamber should be a place of honor, not controversy, urging Nigerian women to assert themselves in leadership and not allowed to be sidelined. The First Lady acknowledged the significant progress women have made over the decades, from the matriarchs of the old contemporary figures like Sorel Oduwole, who champions peace. Meanwhile, ahead of International Women's Day coming up this month, she stressed that Nigerian youths have what it takes to excel, urging women to continue to hold their heads high as they do their best. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions has recommended a 6-month suspension for Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. The committee's chairman, Senator Neda Imazuen, who presented the panel's report at plenary, said Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan is guilty of all allegations against her as she failed to submit herself to the Legislative Committee for the review of her conduct. The decision follows her allegations of sexual harassment against Senate President Godswill Akpabio, saying her salary and security details be withdrawn. The committee added that Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan is expected to issue a formal apology to the Senate for actions deemed disrespectful. The controversy started when Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan accused Senator Akpabio of sexual harassment and abuse of office. However, Akpabio has denied all allegations, emphasizing his respect for women and refuting claims of any misconduct, expressing disappointment over the committee's recommendation as he labeled the accusation as unfounded. Meanwhile, the Senate is scheduled to debate the committee's report, with discussions focusing on potential amendments before a final decision is reached. The Benue State House of Assembly has rebuffed the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters over its position on removal of the State Chief Judge, Justice Maurice Opambwese. This was contained in a letter signed by the Speaker of the Benue State House of Assembly and addressed to the Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The letter was a response to an earlier correspondence signed by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Adegbamiri Ayodele San, to the Speaker of the Benue State House of Assembly. Ayodele expressed concern over the purported removal of the Chief Judge of Benue State, Justice Maurice Opambwese, insisting that the action was carried out without due regard to the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution, particularly in respect to the tenure and removal of judicial officers under the provision of Section 292 of the 1999 Constitution. He urged members of the Benue State House of Assembly to take necessary steps to address the issue, ensuring that all the decisions regarding the suspension of Justice Opambwese are in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. However, the Benue State House of Assembly, through the Speaker, Honorable Andona Dajo, said the State Assembly remain committed to the rule of law and fully understand the constitutional safeguards surrounding the tenure and removal of judicial officers as enshrined in the Section 292 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Assembly insisted it acted within the ambit of the law and had no regret whatsoever. The Nigerian Air Force has taken delivery of the Air Mobile First Aid Unit, a cutting-edge medical facility to strengthen efficient response to medical emergencies. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, represented by the Director of Communications Defense Headquarters, Major General Muhammad Abdullahi, described the offense as special to the fight against insurgency and other criminals in the country. He said that the Nigerian Armed Forces had benefited immensely from the agreement, especially the equipment and program, noting that it covers a medical emergency project at Marvin Luther Agwai International Leadership and Peacekeeping Center, mechatronics project at Afeme, counter-improvised explosive device at NASME, and reconnaissance wing project at the Nigerian Army School of Infantry, among other projects. The CDS said that the unit will strengthen medical emergencies as it will provide emergency treatment, including minor surgeries to injured personnel to save lives. He appreciated the German government for the laudable efforts and assured that the Nigerian Air Force will put the facility to optimal benefit. Reacting, the German ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Ameti Gonfia, said, as part of its foreign policy, Germany works closely with partners worldwide to support peace, security, and humanitarian efforts. Governor Ademola Adeleke has felicitated with his brother, the global business mogul Dr. Adedeji Adeleke, as he celebrates his birthday today. The governor, in a personally signed felicitation message, described the acclaimed philanthropist as an angel in human shape, a deeply kind-hearted destiny helper, and an unassuming sponsor and supporter of innumerable souls, irrespective of tribes and religion. Governor Adeleke said his brother symbolizes divine blessings as he supports, nurtures, and uplifts his siblings, extended family, town, state, and country, adding that he stands for purity, philanthropy, and exceptional dedication to the growth and advancement of humanity. He prayed fervently for good health, long life, and expanded prosperity for Dr. Adedeji Adeleke. You are now welcome to our sports segment. World Football President Chief Gianni Infantino has said the 2026 World Cup final in New Jersey will make history by having a Super Bowl-style halftime show. Infantino revealed the decision following a meeting of FIFA's commercial and media partners in Dallas ahead of the 2026 tournament, which will be co-hosted in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. He added that FIFA also plans to take over New York's Times Square on the final weekend of the tournament. FIFA president said Coldplay band members Chris Martin and Phil Harvey will determine the artist who will perform, noting that it will be a historic moment for the FIFA World Cup and a show befitting the biggest sporting event in the world. However, Infantino did not reveal further information about specific details or duration of the halftime show. Now, on the foreign scene, at least 60 children have been killed and injured, and 188 others injured in landmines explosion in Syria. A non-governmental organization, the Save the Children charity, said landmines and explosive remnants of war have caused at least 628 casualties, more than two-thirds of the total number of casualties in 2023. The group called on the transitional authorities and international donors to speed up the process of clearing mines and unexploded ordnance in Syria. It said experts estimated that between 100,000 and 300,000 of the roughly 1 million munitions used during the war had never detonated. Similarly, a report by a non-governmental organization, Humanity and Inclusion, had warned of the dangers posed by unexploded munitions left over from the devastating civil war that erupted in 2011. The UK-based group said since President Bashar al-Assad overthrow in December, more than 60 children were killed, warning the toll could rise as more families return to the war-ravaged country. And that ends the major report on Osbc TV. The bulletin was edited by Olubomi Ajiboye Agbola. I am Kayode Adebayo. Thanks for watching and good night.